All right, boys. Another day, another Echidnut video. But this time, let's lock in, bro. Echidnut has dropped. Again, like he mentioned, right? He said he was gonna be late, but here we are, man. All right, you can't rush good content, bro. Let him cook. Today we got Murder Becomes a Habit. Let's go, man. This episode's peak.
Sorry I'm late. I was busy studying for my prostate exam. But
Oh,
gentlemen,
okay.
ReZero is on a generational run right now, and apparently next week's episode is about to be the greatest of all time, so just make sure you pee after you watch it so you don't get a UTI.
Yeah, so I have heard, of course, right? I've heard that next episode will be the best. It will be. That's what I've heard. The best in the entire series. And that's a very big that's very big. That's huge actually for this because also the dub voice actor for Subaru apparently cried. Y'all saw that, right? Like he cried while doing episode 11. So this episode about to be crazy. Because if y'all don't know, my favorite episode is episode 18, right? Season 1, episode 18. That is my absolute favorite ReZero episode. Episode 15, season 1 being second, right? Those are my two absolute top two. But the reason that I prefer episode 18 is because of the emotional depth, right? The character writing, the development from Subaru, right? Like that episode is just perfection to me. Like I absolutely love that episode. So if we get something higher than that, what? Now, obviously, I'm not trying to like what I try not to do is like not get my hopes up too much, just so like I get surprised and like I can like actually like immerse myself, right? Because even though it's like maybe it is indubitably like the best episode, you know what I mean? Like maybe it is, but I don't really want to go into the episode with that line of thinking, you know what I mean? I don't really like want to ruin anything, so I'm just gonna be like, okay, it's hyped up, so we'll go for it. There was like another thing that I wanted to do, and I don't know if I'll do it. Like I was thinking of like maybe going back to episode 18 and talk about it before episode 11. But I don't know if I'd do that. Like that'd be like an analysis video and like shit, but I don't know if that'd be like something I would do, but but that's interesting, man. Like best ever in ReZero.
You don't get a UTI. We got a lot to talk about though. Subaru's done LARPing now that Rom knows he's an imposter.
Yep.
Shala isn't as dumb as we think, and it was so fucking sad to see how short Meili's Book of the Dead was compared to the other people
Oof.
who had longer lives. And
Yes, this right here, bro. This right here, man. This little detail about the book. It's just such a sad it's just like a different like there's like a different like way to look at her like now, right? Like it just changed my outlook of her. And I guess like one thing in the reaction that I do regret, I will admit that like I feel like I didn't talk enough about Meili, man. Like I feel like the Meili backstory was so good, showing the entire thing about like her imitating like all like pretty much her entire life has been imitating. She's never had genuine feelings, right? Like from imitating, right, like the for example like the Ogarms and like the Witch Beast, right, and then to imitating Elsa, and then once Elsa died, it's like who do I imitate, right? Like, and then also like the stuff about Capella and pretty much forcing her to I guess like become like more human, right? Be in control. Very extreme. How fucked up that was for her mental state with the entire like frog stuff, and I think I saw a comment like her like transforming like into like thousands of frogs, right? And they're like they all share a consciousness, right? Like I'm pretty sure like that shit is fucking crazy, and it just shows how tragic like her life was, man. And in a way, very like it's just so sad. You know what I mean? Like her entire life was based on imitating others. She never experienced real feelings. And then on top of that, like her life was just like filled with so much torture and agony and hell, even killing other people. And then and then it ended by just dying to like the one person that, was like taking care of her, like making even plushies for her, and then all of a sudden she's like dying from what it seems like Subaru. Obviously, not actually Subaru, but that being the last thing that she sees is just fucking horrible, man. And I think that was like one thing that I definitely should have like I guess talked about more, right? Like tackled more in the reaction. But I definitely like enjoyed that this episode so much. It could be best of the season. which is kind of funny. It feels like every episode it just like exceeds the last. So like I guess episode 11 is gonna exceed episode 10 apparently. So it's like I mean, but like a big jump because apparently episode 11 is the best in the series. So yeah.
And it was so fucking sad to see how short Maylee's Book of the Dead was
Mm.
compared to the other people who had longer lives. And also her backstory was completely insane, especially
Yeah.
when Capella tortured her by turning her into some shit you'd find in Made in Abyss. Before I
Yes.
talk about that though, I gotta mention the fact that Subaru is obviously possessed. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
way he was acting at the end of Maylee's life was totally out of character. The question is, who is he possessed by?
So yeah, so this is the thing, right? It's no longer about like Gluttony transforming into someone else and having like two people. No, it's just like the shit about possession. Like possession. Like that's such a like I like obviously we don't know like how it works yet, but it's interesting to think that the possession it's like Gluttony took the memories of Subaru and is able to like possess him and take over. How does that takeover happen? When does it happen? When do they do it? Like, like we don't know. The only thing we can really assume is like they're trolling and they're just fucking around, which is fucking crazy. And they're doing this for just the love of the game. And I guess like another thing would be that the fact that like obviously they know about return by death, so they can't do shit. They can't do shit. They can't kill him. Gluttony can't kill. Like, is that the reason? Like, Gluttony can kill. Like, Gluttony technically can never kill Subaru. He will always come back. So they're trying to go for his like well-being, mental state, throwing this shit after him and trying to like break him from the inside. But like, is that really it? Like, is there not like a bigger reason? Like, my obviously what I mentioned was like obviously the stuff about EMT camp and maybe the EMT camp is so strong, Subaru's too strong, so like they're trying to like tear it apart from the inside maybe. But then there's also the thing of like, how the fuck did they get here? Did they get past sand time? Did Shala just not see them? Did they LARP as a bird? Like, there's so much when it comes to this shit, man. Like, even the like, okay, we got answers. We got some answers, right? We got certain answers to certain things. But in ReZero, right? In ReZero, when there's answers, there's more questions, which fucking sucks. It's so annoying, right? Like, yeah, from imposter syndrome to schizophrenia. Like, like now what? Like, there's so many other questions now. Like, how does this possession thing work? How did Gluttony get here? What is Gluttony's true purpose? Are they just like trying to destroy Subaru mentally from the inside because they can't kill him physically, technically, because he will always come back? Like, man, but it's such a crazy scene though, like this right here, right? And we can assume that it's live due to the way of speaking. Like I don't think it's Rui, I think it's Lie here because of the way that he's talking and the fact that he said the word savor, right? And I think in the Crunchyroll subs, it also said with flavor, right? Savor, flavor, and we know that Lai is the one twin with the whole trying to savor the meal. Roy is the one that like eats anything, and then Roy is like the one that likes to eat with family and with people around. So, guess we'll see, bro.
The fact that Subaru is obviously possessed. I mean, the way he was acting at the end of Maylee's life was totally out of character. The question is, who is he possessed by? My roommate, who's an anime only, theorized that it had something to do with the Books of the Dead. We saw Subaru reading a bunch of books right before Maylee confronts him, so it's possible that he read something that just absolutely broke his mind and made him go crazy. Similar.
I like that actually. That's actually not a bad theory. But no. Because it activated in the other room. It activated in the other room where Melee died. Or like, you know, like okay, well, yes, in the library, but like the other room. You know what room I'm talking about, right? Like the room, I think, well, like it's like a separate room, right? Like where like it like activated. And then that's when Subaru was like, come with me, and then they went to the separate room, that's where she died. But I don't think it would all that happen just because of the books. And if it was because of the books, wouldn't that mean that like every book that he read it was like has to do with Gluttony? That's the only way that I see him acting like that and going fucking crazy and schizo. Like it would just be like he read some Gluttony shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if that. I like it though. It's interesting to think. Like it would be interesting to think that like maybe he was reading the book, and then like because of obviously how we saw that he was acting like Melee, and his brain was pretty much falling apart and struggling to, figure out what identity he is, like who he is, right? And it's kind of like mixing together, like maybe like that. That's an interesting thought that maybe he was reading the books and that's why. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know Schizo Melee's following him around. Okay, Schizo Melee's following him around. Yeah, exactly. But he's not. While Schizo Melee's following him around and he's hearing the voices and like I guess like kind of like seeing her, it doesn't mean that he's fully like gone as Melee. You know what I mean? We just see signs of him like switching in and out, and him like having this like mental struggle. But I don't know if like him as a person would fully change just by reading these books. That would be like he like read some evil ass shit over and over again. To that point, and then maybe the miasma kicked in as well. I don't know. The rule? What do you mean rule? What he mentioned in the other room? The rule? Oh yeah, are you talking about the rule that he mentioned, or like Gluttony or like Subaru in that other room when he was killing Melee? Is that what you're talking about? Because he did mention something about like some sort of rule or like something, right? Like a game or whatever the fuck. Yeah. Like I wonder what that means. You broke a rule, like that's not fun or some shit. Then he also talked about like murder mystery. Like I don't know. What's the rule that she broke? Like what that she was gonna figure out who it was? Like I actually have to go back to the scene. I would like to go back to that scene, or maybe he talked about it.
So it's possible that he read something that just absolutely broke his mind and made him go crazy, similar to how he went crazy after reading Melee's book and actually started to think that he is Melee. Another theory I read on Twitter is that he read Betelgeuse's Book of the Dead, which would definitely make him go crazy, although I don't think he was necessarily acting like Betelgeuse.
No, that's not that. I didn't hear no this. Like no, like he he didn't go anata. Like he would no. That's no.
I really like this theory though, that the Books of the Dead are responsible for the current situation, although I do have some problems with it. Reading Books of the Dead really only affects you mentally and doesn't necessarily make you stronger physically. I mean,
Exactly.
sure, you could argue that maybe if I read the Book of Muhammad Ali, that would probably improve my boxing ability, at least in a technical sense, although I would still lack the physical strength, endurance, and physique that I would have had if I went to the gym instead of watching anime all the time.
Correct. That's why I don't think that theory works. I think it's an interesting thought, but I don't think so.
The reason I'm bringing this up though is because last episode it was heavily implied that Subaru got attacked by a swarm of mob beasts and somehow killed all of them without taking any damage in return.
There we go. See, that's a thing. Yeah, yeah, that's a very good point. The Oiran Bears. This is not something you do just because of reading. Like, you don't do this shit just because of fucking reading. Like, you don't just get strong because of reading. So, it's definitely Gluttony. I think it just makes so much sense. Now, I just don't know. Like, I guess the only thing that makes sense is, like, they're just trying to, like, torture him. Mentally just, like, destroy him. And I guess, like... in this situation, he was gonna die to the Oiran Bear. So, like, Gluttony kicked in. And he was like, you're not killing Subaru here. Because he probably would have died definitely there. And then Gluttony kicked in, they killed the Oiran Bears, and he's like, alright, I'm out. And then he just gives the body back and just destroys Subaru here. And this just confirms that the theory is good, guys. The theory. Every door that he opens in the cave is a witch factor. And technically, we do have a witch factor. An extra one. Gluttony. So the four doors still make sense. Okay? The theory still holds strong. Okay? So... and I mean, it's not the whip. Okay, the whip would not do shit here. He also doesn't have he doesn't remember how to use it. The weird teleport. Okay, now the weird teleport. See, now that's something that also like fucks me over. Like whose power was that? Does Gluttony have the teleport power? Like, does that have to do with like the Rui thing? Like, does Rui have like some sort of power that we just don't get? Remember how back in season 3, episode 16, like the finale, she like transformed out of like the the guy that she was LARPing as, and like we saw like the shatter, like the glass shatter, and we saw like a little like area, and apparently that's an area of spoilers. Like apparently I'm not supposed to know about that. It could do with that. I don't know. Like I don't know what exactly that area or like that little like thing, that blue area like entails, but um, I don't know. Like, how did he teleport? Why was he like glowing white? Was he saved? And by who? Like, I mean, I would assume that Gluttony has different magic. Gluttony can teleport, so if Gluttony's in Super, they could simply swap places. Hmm. Huh. They can teleport. They can switch places. Gluttony was at the door, and then they just swap places? Is that how it looks when they teleport? It's like a kind of like a white teleporting magic, and that's how they do it? Mm, I mean, I actually kind of like that idea. Maybe that was it. There was a Gluttony like maybe up there at the like at the door. Hmm. Maybe they ate someone who teleports. Yeah, because again, like they eat someone and they get like their knowledge, right? Like their abilities and shit. Roy teleporting in season 3. Yeah, so that could be it actually. What's up, Tristan? But yeah, I think that's it. That actually could make a lot of sense actually.
Instead of watching anime all the time. The reason I'm bringing this up though is because last episode it was heavily implied that Subaru got attacked by a swarm of mob beasts and somehow killed all of them without taking any damage in return. And no matter whose books he read, Subaru is just not that guy. He could have read the books of every MMA fighter in history, yet no amount of Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu would make it feasible to solo a mob beast from the Aguria sand dunes.
Exactly.
Plus Subaru was surrounded by at least 10 of them, so winning this fight would be literally impossible for Subaru unless he gained a new ability. Thus, the only way I could make sense out of the book theory would be if Subaru somehow gained the Pride Authority after reading Typhon's Book of the Dead, which would explain how he killed all the mob beasts, and would also explain how he got through an extra wall in the underground tunnel.
He's Pride, guys. He's freaking Pride, bro. It's freaking Pride. I fucking knew it. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so, man. He just doesn't make sense though. Pride Witch Factor was in Stride. Exactly, it was in Stride. And why would he just get it out of nowhere now? Like, just out of nowhere now? I think it just makes more. I think it just makes more sense that the reason that we got the 4 doors is because technically we have Gluttony inside. Okay, technically Gluttony's Witch Factor is residing within Subaru, so technically we have 4. You know? Perhaps the factor was transmitted to Subaru? That okay. If that really happened, that's some crazy timing. It's fine, it just took years to make it way towards Subaru. Like
and would also explain how he got through an extra wall in the underground tunnel. I just don't understand how or why the authority would transfer to him through the book, because that just seems way too easy. Another theory I've been hearing though is that he's been possessed by Gluttony, which would allow him to go through an extra wall and would explain why we heard Rui Arneb's voice right before Subaru lost a 1v1 to Gravity.
Exactly. See, now that one is the one that I'm going with, okay? He said all the theories. The one that one right there, it makes the most sense to me. Gluttony is within Subaru, so technically we have 4 witch factors, and it's lie. It's like lie or just Gluttony in general, right? Like it's just Gluttony in general taking over, possessing Subaru.
And would explain why we heard Rui Arneb's voice right before Subaru lost a 1v1 to Gravity. It would also explain how he lost his memories, as well as his deranged mannerisms and dialogue we witnessed during Meili's final moments. The way Subaru said the look on Meili's face was so full of flavor is definitely something Gluttony would say.
Some Gluttony shit. Specifically, if we want to go even deeper, lie.
And he also says, all your suffering and your worries, I'll remember it for you, which also sounded pretty Gluttony-esque. We know Gluttony can use the abilities of the people they've eaten, so that could also explain how Subaru killed the mob beast. Also, yes,
how Subaru, exactly. And how, and the teleporting thing that somebody just mentioned in the chat, like it just makes so much sense, like teleporting ability.
That could also explain how Subaru
Mm,
killed the Maw Beast. Also, yes, the Gluttonies are in the opening song,
yeah.
so based on all the hints the anime is giving us, right now I think the Gluttony theory seems to be the most plausible, but
Yeah.
my only problem with it is how the fuck would they get to the tower?
Yep. We've said this. Yep. There it is. We've mentioned this in like at this point, every fucking video. How the fuck did they get here? Now, obviously they can teleport. See, because they can teleport, right? But like, how does the teleportation work? Is it only with Gluttony? It like is the teleportation only switching places with someone, or can you just teleport anywhere? You know, hiding in REM? Could they do it on REM? Wait, but like how long? Wait, how long would they be in REM? Like, okay, let's go. Okay, let's go with REM. But how would that work? Because they were outside in season 3. Did they just like? Can they just decide when to like sneak in into like someone's like body? I guess. Like, ca how would that work? Because obviously they were out in season 3, so, like, what? They saw Ram and they just went in? Like, that would mean they just resided within Ram, you know? Can they habit a bird and fly here? Like, okay, see that okay, again, that was my theory. I guess okay, no. I said it weirdly because I said, like, they, like, ate the bird's memories and the bird is called Bird. That makes no sense. They could just no, that still makes sense. I mentioned this, bro. The bird theory. They ate a bird. They went into a bird, bro. Okay, and then they just got there. I don't know. They could possess someone whose memories are eating. Exactly. So like, I'm assuming that like birds doesn't have name though. That's the issue. Because the memories work. A bird has memories. Not like I don't know. But like technically. But like, let's think about this for a second. Okay, wait. Let's go deep into this. Let's go deep into this. A human, when they are born, technically doesn't have a name. They're technically just a human being. The only reason that someone has a name is because they're given to them. So like, how would a Gluttony work? So like, how would a Gluttony work if they tried eating someone who never got named by someone? Am I going too deep into this? Like, how would a Gluttony eat a human that technically was never named? Like, would Gluttony just like eat them because they're technically just human being? They're called a human being. They're like what, Homo sapien? Like, how would that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Felt Case last season. Yeah, like Felt Case. Hmm. They can't. You know what I mean? Is that crazy? Like, it's an interesting thought though. Like a human being that, because technically humans, us humans, we all don't have a technical name. We have the scientific name, but we only have a name because it's given to us by our parents. You know? So like that's the only reason why people have names. It's like, what about the birds? Like the birds are not named by anyone. It's like maybe they can be eaten because they technically weren't named by anyone and they're just called bird, like the species of bird. Or Gluttony named the bird and then ate it. See that's good. Gluttony was just like, all right, I'll call you Bob. All right, cool. All right, and then just ate Bob. Now we're going too deep into this, dude. That schizo is going fucking crazy right now. I don't. Are we cooking? No, I don't think so. I think we're so fucking far off, man. Like maybe they just teleported. What the fuck are we talking about, man? But I like that though. Like y'all can't say I'm not cooking with that. Like technically, us human beings don't have a real name. We're just given that name. So I guess that would work. I don't know. Could Otto know animals' real names? True. Exactly. Like, dude, like, like, come on, man. Names are given. We know that birds are cloths of mana, just vessels. Could Gluttony, like Petulgeuse, transfer its soul into a bird? Exactly. Like, okay. It's either they ate the bird, they're inside the bird because they ate the bird, or they just transferred the soul and they're residing within. You know? But that wouldn't that just include eating someone? Like it still goes back to eating someone. So I don't know. Like I don't know how they got in here, man. But yeah,
Problem with it
I don't think I don't think we're cooking with that, bro. There's no. I went all the way back to talking about like human beings are named by people. You know what? I should go, bro.
is how the fuck would they get to the tower? Reinhardt couldn't even make it there, and honestly, Subaru's party got extremely lucky. I guess Pandora probably knows a route to the tower, so that would probably explain it if Gluttony was in fact taking direct orders from Pandora.
Like maybe there's a secret way, y'all. Like maybe there's just a secret way, and Pandora let Gluttony's know. You know that in the last episode, Super ran to a balcony and met a bird? Yeah, exactly.
But
Wait, last episode? Last episode, or you're talking about episode 9 or 8?
explain it if Gluttony was in fact taking direct orders from Pandora, but I don't know. Anyway, Subaru is about to fight Rom, and unless he blacks out and gets possessed again, he has absolutely no chance. It's kinda corny that he even balls up his fist and starts targeting her neck because there's not shit he can do against Rom on his own.
Yes. Let me go back a little bit so I can like make sure I heard everything. But yes, clairvoyance. She was on cams. Clairvoyance, freaking. She was camping cams. One of the craziest things. Like she used the animals, right? The patrash, right? And I think like the bugs, right? Like she just used everything that had like kind of like the whole like life form, and then like she just like used cams. So it's just funny though. Subaru versus Ram. I think Gluttony's gonna take over. You know what I mean? I think Gluttony's gonna take over. Like I think Glenn's gonna take over or some shit, dude. Or maybe not. Or do we just go back to season 1? I mean, Gluttony's just trying to torture Subaru. Like maybe Gluttony just knows like that we're cooked and just let Subaru die here. We're gonna go back to season 1 where just Ram just like kills Subaru, but this time we actually see it and it's like eye to eye. You know?
I don't know. Anyway, Subaru is about to fight Rom, and unless he blacks out and gets possessed again, he has absolutely no chance. It's kinda corny that he even balls up his fist and starts targeting her neck because there's not shit he can do against Rom on his own. Remember, this version of Subaru doesn't even remember that he can use the unseen hand, so his game plan here was to literally fight Rom unarmed, which would obviously result in a loss. However, if he does black out and gets possessed again, then Rom is in serious trouble because whoever's possessing him is extremely powerful if they were able to kill all these mobbies without even getting a scratch in return. And yes, I say Rom, guys. That's how they pronounce it in the dub. Plus, I think
he's talking about it. He's talking about it. He's talking about it. He's always said Rom. Rom. Like old man Rom. As controversial. And people are like and people like keep like rage baiting and like you know talking to him like yo why do you keep saying Rom? It's Ram because like he's like saying old man Rom if we're talking about like the pronunciation but then in the dub they also say it like that.
That's how they pronounce it in the dub. Plus, I think Ram sounds fucking stupid. She's not a truck. Ram is what I want to do to Rom every night.
Okay, true though. But okay, I mean fair, Ram. I never found it weird though. Like, am I the only one? Ram, Ram and Ram, Ram and Ram. Like, it just sounds correct. It just sounds chill. I don't know, but I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You can just say Ram. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it sounds cool. Sure, you know.
Ram is what I want to do to Rom every night. In terms of pronunciation though, the letter A is pronounced ah in Japanese. That's why you don't say ramen. I just ate some ramen noodles, brother. Rom is her name. You can suck.
Oh, wait, he cooked there. We don't say ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. Wait, did he cook? It's not ramen noodles. It's ramen noodles. Japanese ram. Guys, do I change it? Do I join Echidnut and start saying ram? Dude, I won't be able to do that. I'm so used to calling her Ram, man.
Ramen noodles, brother. Rom is her name. You can suck all 4 of my dicks. Capella
All
gave me
4.
the other 3 as per my request. Her
She can do that. Why would she do that though? Why would you ask Capella for 4 dicks? Actually, no, I know. I definitely know why. Dude, you can fuck 4. You know what? Never mind.
Capella gave me the other 3 as per my request. Her authority is actually so twisted though, because if you think about it, she could have been using it to heal people and remove cancer and stuff, but because she's so evil, she just uses it for torture and turning people into monstrosities simply for pleasure. Capella is by far the most evil character in all of ReZero.
Bro, this shit is so disgusting and fucked up, bro. A fucking frog, like, bro, transfiguration, right? Or like the transformation, bro. This shit did to Melee Man. This is not a mother's duty, y'all.
And it was so nice to see her again. Capella's actually involved in a lot more than you might think. Some of you probably read or watched my videos on the Sloth If story.
Yes.
Capella makes an appearance there too in a flashback. It was basically the same thing that happened to Rom and Rem when they were kids. The witch cult attacked this other character's Oni village, and Capella did some fucked up shit to her. We don't know why the witch cult wanted to exterminate the Oni race, but it seems like Capella was either the leader of that campaign or at least one of the leaders.
Yeah, one of the leaders, and probably like one of the leaders. Maybe they were too strong. Like maybe they were producing too many strong fighters, and then like she just pulled up and just said fuck it. But yeah, I definitely remember this from Slothif, and I think it mentioned it somewhere else too.
That campaign, or at least one of the leaders. What happened in the story though was Capella tormented this Oni character the same way she did to Krush, pouring dragon's blood inside of her and fucking her body up. I think this normally kills the person, except this Oni character survived it, and after she woke up, she suddenly had the ability to smell the witch's scent.
Yep, and that is pretty much how it goes into saying that like, oh, that's how Rem has that too. So it has to do with like it has to do with like the dragon's blood and the effects of it.
Ability to smell the witch's scent.
Of
The Oni
Onis.
race by default is not able to smell the witch's scent, so it was Capella's blood that unlocked this ability for her. And the reason that's such a big deal is because Rem is able to smell the witch's scent too, even though Rom can't, and the rest of her Oni family couldn't either. So it's literally only Rem and this other Oni character that can smell it, which means it's possible that Capella did the same thing to Rem when her village was attacked.
Yeah, so but like how would that like what time frame like when did it happen? You know what I mean? Like that's what we need to like know. Like when did it happen? Like when did she get that shit poured on her then?
Later this season, I want to talk a bit more about the Oni race and why the witch cult was so desperate to destroy them. It's not because they're racist. I mean, I know their uniform kind of looks like some shit Kanye would wear to an interview, but no, this goes much deeper than racism, guys. I'll bring this back up closer to the end of the season, but for now, it's just something I want you to think about.
Okay, so I guess spoilers. We can't talk about it. I mean, I just assumed that they were too strong. They were too strong. They were producing too many strong fighters. So in the end, they were just like, shut the fuck up, and they just pulled up, and yeah.
Closer to the end of the season, but for now, it's just something I want you to think about. Elsa made an appearance as well, and she's been in all 4 seasons now, even though she's been dead for a while. I still think season 2 did her so dirty by cutting her final death. Like, when I hear people complain about cut content this season, it's so hard to take them seriously. Speaking of season 2 though, remember when Roswaal said that he's the one who hired Elsa to attack the mansion? Knowing that she was working for Capella makes me wonder if Roswaal has any ties to Capella.
See, now this is also something else. Does Roswaal have Capella on call, bro? Like, listen, bro. We don't know. Like, there's like probably things that we don't know about Roswell yet. And to go back to his point, season two, yes, season two had so much cut content, man. Like, bro, season two of cut content was crazy. Dude, any news fed families. Every episode, we had like a heavy cut content. Like, it had like 20 minutes or like 30 minutes, dude. Y'all remember that shit? Like, every any news video was like, bro, every video of ANU, it was like, bro, it was like a mind fuck, man, because it was a lot, bro. It was like a lot of cut content. It was so much.
Take them seriously. Speaking of season 2 though, remember when Roswell said that he's the one who hired Elsa to attack the mansion? Knowing that she was working for Capella makes me wonder if Roswell has any ties to Capella too. We also got to briefly see the country of Gusteco for the first time ever in ReZero.
Yes, I was gonna, that's also something I think I didn't mention. We can assume this is Gusteco due to the snow, right, in the north. It's just interesting that why is there like a castle here? Like, we just have like a hideout. Like, Capella's here. Is this Capella's like place? You know? Is this Capella's place? It's just chilling here. Like, they just pulled up. Like, low key, this is a tough ass place, bro. Like, this is a tough ass, like, chill ass place. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, like, you can assume this is Gusteco due to the snow and like the environment.
Zero. That's the snowy nation in the north on the map, so it was cool to finally see that. Shala might be a lot smarter than we previously thought though. I'm actually not sure how she knew that Subaru killed Meili. She's either very perceptive and can read his mind, or she's probably got security cameras hidden around the tower so she can watch Subaru's every move or something. I think it's implied that she's the one who hid Meili's body, which honestly makes me like her even more. If you're
definitely implied. Bro, she was literally going like this, bro. Bro, the entire episode, she was like this, bro. But she eventually like found out, like, or like maybe she already knew the entire time, like right here, like, yo, master, I got you. And then she dipped and probably hid the body somewhere. So W Shala, I guess. Yo, Shala, man, Shala coming in the clutch so much for New Baru, man. Because New Baru doesn't really have like anyone that he could like trust or like, you know, have like a partner in crime. So Shala's there no matter what, you know what I mean? Master's master, man.
Probably got security cameras hidden around the tower so she can watch Subaru's every move or something.
Now about that, I don't know. Security cameras, like how the there's no way, bro. The only one that got cams is Ram, bro. She got the clairvoyance, bro.
I think it's implied that she's the one who hid Meili's body, which honestly makes me like her even more. If your girlfriend is willing to hide a dead body for you, she's a keeper.
True,
A star keeper. This episode was
a star keeper. What is this? Like tweet by eyes? Star keeper, not keeper. Shaw's title, yeah.
Keeper. This episode was a 10 out of 10. We're going back to the basics this week, but next week apparently is gonna be the greatest episode of ReZero ever, so I'm pretty fucking hyped for that. Sorry for uploading so late this week. I had some shit to do IRL, but make sure you subscribe and all that shit just so you don't miss my next video. Thanks for watching, keep talking about ReZero, and remember that with great penis comes great responsibility. Peace out.
Okay. There we go. That's it, right? Yeah. W video, man. Echidnut W video, man. Again, he just mentioned like next week might be like the best episode ever. I've tried to keep my expectations as low as possible and my excitement as low as possible. It's so fucking hard because I genuinely want to like be surprised, you know? But maybe I can just keep my expectations high, and no matter how high my expectations are, maybe they'll be met or surpassed. Surpassing episode 18, bro? That's my all-time favorite ReZero episode. You go surpass that? Dude. Like, it's just hard to, like, not be excited or, like, looking forward to it. But, hey, man, overall, W episode, video by Echidnut, man. Yeah, overall, this episode was crazy. I think that the biggest highlights were obviously, like, the Gluttony stuff and, of course, the Meili backstory that was just, it's just so sad. Very tragic to kind of just show like how like fucked up from the beginning the like Meili's like stuff was, right? Like the Capella stuff, the torture stuff, the imitations of people, and it was just a crazy episode, and probably definitely the best of the season. And I guess next episode we will definitely get a best of the season. Best in ReZero possibility. So yeah, once again, to end off, shout out to you, Echidnut. Original video, link in the description. You the GOAT, man. That is going to be it for today. If y'all enjoyed and you're new, subscribe, leave a like down below, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys.